There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit.
Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and once again, the internet is losing its ever-loving mind, this time because of an OG YouTuber named Ethan Klein. Now, if you have been living under a rock for the past few days, you may not know what I'm talking about, so stay tuned. This gets interesting. I am going to preface this video by saying I am not really a fan of anybody involved. I went into this with a pretty neutral opinion simply because I was interested in the circumstances surrounding the lawsuit itself. First and foremost, though, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. I would most certainly appreciate it. But right now, let's go ahead and get into this, because this is just absolutely fascinating to me.
Hi there, my name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you. Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney.
I'm assuming that's movie prop money, but if he's got money to burn and he wants to give it away, I'll take it. It's fine.
Ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hasan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I am an occasional user of Twitch, and even as little as I use it, I have seen this happen. I have seen streamers put something on and then just get up and leave, sometimes for an extended period of time. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't happen on YouTube, but I think that YouTube is maybe a little bit stricter. Twitch is obviously more streamer heavy than YouTube is, but YouTube does seem to enforce the reused content policy more so than Twitch enforces its policies.
No, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry, because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this and know it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called in to my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your
Do
prime...
that.
Then watch
Bro,
your prime
do
content.
it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm.
Funniest part about that is at some point in time, this video is probably going to be played in court, and some judge is going to have to watch this dumbass do the worm. One of the reasons that so many people are being critical of these lawsuits is because at one point in time, Ethan was actually a defendant in a copyright infringement lawsuit that he and his wife actually won. That lawsuit went to help define how we apply and how we see fair use when it comes to reaction channels on YouTube.
To eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
Do not this operation will result in killing hostages in captivity.
Well, I've been seeing
Russia, especially, including IDF
for an
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you tried. Denim's the queen of self-owning. You prevail again.
So here we start hearing about the H3 Snark subreddit. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that this subreddit is probably more important in these lawsuits and the motivations behind them than even the individual creators that are being sued. Now, it's a lot to break down, and we aren't going to go into all of it, but essentially, the H3 Snark subreddit is a subreddit meant to criticize the H3H3 podcast, specifically Ethan and his wife. They have been having issues with this subreddit for a very long time, up to one of the mods or someone from this subreddit allegedly calling CPS.
Oh, I forgot to say on Wednesday, yesterday was the big CPS meeting.
They're investigating you, homie.
The Child Protective Services guy came back. And
were your children taken away?
Yeah,
rightfully so.
My kids are still at the house.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy that I was able to stay there to be there for it. My sister was very sweet. She came over too to give Hila support.
It's very nice.
But I ended up being there, so it was a pretty full house when he came. But he asked some questions like, I don't want to say he's a very nice guy and he gets it, but he was asking him questions like his first thing he said to them was like, "I'm here to make sure you're safe," and we were like, "Oh my god."
If you've been around this channel for any length of time, I am sure that you are well aware of my opinions of people that call CPS maliciously because of internet beef. There really is nothing lower as far as I'm concerned. You have to be the lowest of the low to possibly impact children because of your opinion of a content creator. I mean, it really is just absolutely disgusting. One thing I don't see a lot of people mentioning when they're talking about these lawsuits is the fact that in addition to these Twitch streamers who are pretty much the focus of every video that I've seen, each of these lawsuits has 10 John Does named, and those John Does are the Reddit mods. So what will happen in the future, at some point, a subpoena will be issued to Reddit to get them to disclose whatever information they have on these moderators so they can actually be named in the lawsuit. He isn't just going after these Twitch creators. He is going after the source. He is going after this Reddit sub. Now, I may be wrong, but I feel like they are a lot more important in the grand scheme of things than these 3 creators are. Now, I don't watch any of these creators. These 3 seem a little on the obnoxious side. I'm going to reserve judgment because I don't know them and I've never watched their content. I am just going off the videos that I have seen over the past couple of days. But I don't think that the ultimate goal is to punish them. I think this Reddit sub has a lot more to do with the motivation than these girls do.
There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now, I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hasan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress.
So what this means and why it's important is because if you do not register your work within 3 months of publication and then you proceed to take someone to court for copyright infringement, you are not going to be able to ask for statutory damages or your attorney's fees. So any money you get is going to be limited to actual damages and whatever fair market value for the license of your work that the court decides.
The community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hasan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video.
Since this video was published, a 4th creator from this list, Sean DeBlack, has also been sued.
Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denims, the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints. And let's start with my favorite of the 3, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Casey Tron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Casey Tron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably, from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
Casey Tron's response to the lawsuit was less than great. In fact, her entire response seems to just boil down to she was too baked to remember if she even reacted to the video.
Just because I didn't react to his stupid video, he had to make up that I did and put a video of me smoking weed over his stupid video to get attention. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about your video. Like, I don't know. I don't recall reacting to it. I don't believe that I reacted to it. I do not remember. I don't know. I may have been under the influence, but I do not recall reacting to it.
Right.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost got me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube? Are you gonna make at least one good point? What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and
apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
Well, you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom. You just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people, Reddit people. I came from the HP Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hassan is in Japan. I'm bothered, having a great time. Exactly. We're gonna watch it live, yes.
Here again, we have a reference back to this Snark subreddit. Now, once again, this is the opinion of someone from the outside looking in. I have a pretty neutral opinion of everybody involved. But when it comes to this Reddit sub, I believe that the mods are, to some extent, operating with malicious intentions. This is not the first time that they have run afoul of Ethan when it comes to copyright issues. They have been issued multiple DMCA takedowns for them using his content with absolutely no transformation. So it does seem like revenge may play a part in this.
Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denim said, quote, "Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content." Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Yeah,
You
do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
we're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hassan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use.
There are some wild comments being left from people in opposition to this lawsuit. From Twitter to Instagram to YouTube to Reddit, there's some really insane conspiracy theories and comments being left that just are absolutely mind-blowing to me. So one of my favorites is that this is entrapment. I have seen people say that he is going to be arrested, he is going to go to jail, the charges are going to be felonies, and that the lawsuits are going to be tossed out because this is illegal what he's doing. And if any of you ever watch this video, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, you are dumb, mind-blowingly dumb in ways that are hard to quantify. You are dumb. Number one, he's not law enforcement. He can't entrap anybody. He isn't capable of it. But number two, that is literally like saying, I have a nice house. I'm going to put a security system on it. And if someone breaks into my house, me putting that security system on it is entrapment. That is one of the stupidest things I think I've ever heard. And this is a really common thing that I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people say this. The next one is the mass amount of comments saying that he is misogynistic because the 3 original defendants are women. And now there is a 4th defendant who is male, who's also African American, so they've added racist in there as well. Now, as far as the misogyny is concerned, speaking as a female content creator, I think it's pretty ridiculous. I really, really do. Not everything is misogyny. Misogyny absolutely happens. But from everything that I've seen, I don't see someone who is going after 3 women. I see a content creator who is suing for copyright infringement, and copyright has no gender. When you are continually trying to claim misogyny, when you are continually trying to make women into victims, you are weakening women as a whole. These are not children. These are 3 grown adult women who made their own decisions. They made the decision to stream that video. Now, whether or not there is copyright infringement, a judge will decide that, but they're not victims. You have to ask yourself, should he not sue them because they're women? Should he only sue men if they violated his copyright? Should he not sue them because they're women? Copyright has no gender, and the fact that they are women, it's completely irrelevant. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be keeping an eye on this situation just because I find it absolutely fascinating. Let me know if you would like updates in the future. I will catch you on the next one.